Hi guys, Tracy. I'm back with an update video, a where have I been video. Let's see, am I even recording video? It's been so long that I didn't even remember how to work my camera. So, okay, the first thing that happened was that my dog, my little Chihuahua Lily, passed. She was 14 years old, and it was just, I knew she wouldn't live forever. I'm not crazy, but I just didn't expect it to happen, and it happened on Labor Day, and it was just bad. It was, yeah, she had a seizure, and then she just went pretty quickly after that, and she'd never had a seizure before. So I don't know what happened, or, there wasn't anything I could do, so I lost her. So she was my last pet, because the other ones had already passed on. So I was going to get a puppy, and I picked one out at the shelter, and she turned out to be, oh my God, it was just, I couldn't take care of her. I couldn't. So I took her back to the pound, and someone else adopted her. And I can still go. They saved the money that I paid for her for if I want to get another dog or cat at another time. But I wasn't ready, and I think because I was so distraught and depressed that I just thought, well, maybe if I just get another one, it'll be okay. And it wasn't. So didn't end up keeping that dog, and she was going to be a big dog. They had said she was a Chihuahua and a Terrier mix or something, but we got her home and we're looking at her, and it's like, holy cow, this is going to be a big dog. Her paws were huge, and she was only 8 weeks old. So I don't have a big yard here, so I have a patio in the back that my little dogs could go in, but I would have to take her out, to walk, because there is no yard. The front yard is just shrubs, and then, like I said, the back patio. So it was just too soon, and I'm still missing Lily. So I think that will forever be whole in my heart. And then, let's see. So after she died, it was September 3rd, I think. And then I take sleeping pills, and I take Ambien. So if anybody out there, any of you guys take Ambien, listen up, because I've been taking Ambien for years. And I always knew one of the side effects that they would say about it is that you can sleepwalk or do things in your sleep that you don't know you're doing. And like I said, I've been taking it for 10 years. So this, I don't know what time that this happened. I told my sister and my daughter good night, with a text, and my boyfriend at 11 o'clock at night. And then I had a dream, which wasn't a dream. I was looking for Lily, and I went out into my garage, and with no light or anything on, and everybody knows, I don't even want to go in my garage at night, because I don't want to see any kind of those bugs, or we spray, and so there's not any out there, but on the off chance, it just gives me the creeps. So I was in the garage, and we had a folding rack that we would put our swimsuits on when we get out of the jacuzzi and the towels and stuff. And so that was right there inside the garage, and then my car's in the garage, and then we have a fridge and just stuff in the garage. And I can remember hitting that towel rack and smashing it. I just went boom and smashed it. And this was all in the dark, and I only come to the realization after I woke up. So then I don't know why I was messing with the chlorine for the spa, and I ended up dropping that on my foot, and then the bottle broke, and so it went everywhere on the floor. And then I had a dream that I was looking for Lily in the garage, and then the drug cartel had kidnapped me. And I fell in the garage right next to my car. And there was like a piece of cardboard, and then one of our extension cords was right there next to my car. And I must have fell back, and I landed on my butt. And I'm like skinny. I don't have any like meat on my butt. It's, you know, I'm old. I got sagging skin, so there's not any booty there anymore. And it was the worst bruise I've ever seen. And I worked in healthcare for like 15 years. And at first I was looking in the mirror. So I wake up and I'm just like, and I'm thinking, you know, I can't move. The drug cartel has me. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like freaking out there, and I'm just like laying there and laying there and laying there. And then I was like, you know what? Screw this. I said, if they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me. I'm getting up. So I get up, and then you know, it's pitch black. I find my way to a doorknob. I open the door, coming into my house, and I'm like, oh my God, I have been in my garage all this time hallucinating that the drug cartel had me, and I was looking for my dog. I cannot believe it. So I come into the house, and my daughter-in-law, she's right here. She was getting ready to leave and go to work. She looks at me because my hair was all a mess. I had my pajamas all crazy. And she says, where were you? And I'm like, what day is it? Like, what time is it? And she goes, it's Saturday morning. I'm getting ready to leave for work. Where were you? And I'm like, I was in the garage. And she's like, what were you doing out there? And I'm like, I have no idea. I passed out. And I don't know how long I was out there. I have no idea. And she was just like, oh my God. So then we start looking like if I'm hurt, you know. Yeah, I was hurt, but not to where I was going to go to the ER. So I just had bruising like from my waist down, like everywhere. I counted 26 bruises, and I couldn't even sit down like on my butt because it hurt so bad. So my sister thankfully got me one of those like blow up donut things that you sit in if you have like a tailbone injury. And so I was sitting on that for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then another time with the Ambien, this was before I fell. I was in my bedroom and I was messing with my medications. I planned out by the week, you know, put them in the little separators. And I woke up the next morning, I was telling my boyfriend, God, I had this dream last night that I was like putting the medicine in my thing, and that one of the pills was turning into a bug. And he's like, baby, you were wide awake. I know, you were trying to show me. And I tried to wake you up, but I couldn't get you awake. And I'm like, what? So that was like the first, and I'm like, that has to be from the Ambien. That has to be it, because there's nothing else, and that is a side effect, even though I've been taking it for over 10 years. So after the fall, I was like, okay, I got to stop the Ambien, no more. If I have to stay awake all night, I'll just stay awake. I'm not doing that again. So fast forward after that, like a few weeks, and I had seen my doctor, and he was like, oh yeah, no, we got to stop that. So we stopped it. And then like a couple weeks after that, I had a stomach flu, and I mean, I was in the bathroom so much that I was practically parked on the seat. I've never been that sick before. So, and my tailbone was just healing up, and I could finally like sit on the toilet without holding onto the wall and the doorknob and everything. And so I have this stomach flu, and I'm just like, you know, on the toilet constantly. And then I got up, because I have like a powder room, so you can shut the door and just have the toilet, and then the master bath and stuff is right there, like the counters and the sinks. So I got up, and I was like, I felt a little dizzy, and I like, you know, put my hand on the wall and put my hand on the door, and I have a vanity and the mirror where I do my makeup and my chair were all right there. And I was like, okay, I can make it. Well, I didn't make it. And I landed, smacked my face onto the tile flooring. So I'm like, wow. I'm just like, like, gee, you're 54. What is wrong with you? I'm just like, I couldn't believe that, I had done it again, made a fall. Not the Ambien this time, just my lack of judgment of being able to get like 2 or 3 feet. It wasn't far, so I just thought, oh, I'll be okay. I can just hurry up and sit down there. And I didn't. So head smacked on the tile, and of course it's bleeding everywhere because it's my head. And I'm like, I knew that I was going to have to go to the hospital. I tried to steri-strip. I tried to liquid bandage it, and it was just bleeding. So I had to go to the hospital. So I called my sister, and I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. I send her a picture. I'm like, I just fell, cracked my head on the tile. I'm going to need to go to the hospital. And her car battery had been out, and we just hadn't went to get it done yet because we were just, I was sick, and she was like, whatever. So she didn't even have a car that worked. She only lives 5 minutes away. So she called an Uber, and she got here like super fast, and I had the thing holding my head so it wasn't bleeding everywhere. And we got to the hospital, which is like 10 minutes away. It's not far. It's right. It's in my town. It's not the best hospital, but it'll do. So I get in there, and then they take me in the back, and my whole hand here was like bruised. And because I guess when I fell, what I did was I tried to protect my face. So then not only my hand hit the tile, and then my head hit the tile. So I'm sure you can see it because it's only been like a few weeks. Right here is where they had the stitches. It was 6 stitches, and you can see kind of where this is still bruised. It was bruised like way back here. So it was a good thing I went to the hospital because I knew I was going to need stitches. So then they did all the testing. They did like a EKG. They did a CT scan of my head. They did a X-rays of my hand to make sure that nothing was broken, and did some lab works and this and that. And I was there a few hours. It wasn't that long. So they did that, and then I had to go back to my primary doctor, and he's the one that took me out. And the one stitch that he took out, I don't know how it was put in there. My doctor said they were really, really small stitches, and he had to get like that big magnifying machine. And when he pulled that first stitch, I about lost my mind. I could feel it from the scar here all the way up to my scalp. And I was just like, he goes, yeah, that must have been in a nerve, must have been put, because I was numb when they put it in, but I wasn't numb when he's taken them out. So I was like, oh my God. So just the first one was really bad, and then the last 5, he just had to make sure he got them with this big old magnifying glass. So that was a couple weeks ago now, and I went to the hospital again on Sunday because I had the worst heartburn ever, and it was like gas in my stomach, and I couldn't get it to come out. I kept trying to burp and like make it come out, big burps, and would not. And then I started panicking. I'm like, oh my God, what if I'm like my sister? What if I just think it's heartburn and it's like a heart attack? Because my sister's had 2 heart attacks. So I waited. We ate lunch on Saturday around 3. We had fajitas with bell peppers and onions and all that at our Mexican restaurant. And then later, like an hour or 2 later, I started just burping up those bell peppers, and I'm like, God, that's so weird. I've never had that happen. So I kept that up all night long, and then the next morning I was out here in the living room trying to walk around, trying to lay down out here because I don't want my boyfriend to be up and worried. So then by like 8 o'clock Sunday night, I was like, okay, you know what, I got to go to the hospital. This has been over a day, like something's not right. So went to the hospital, they did all the tests, and they gave me some medications for whatever gastroenterologist, something or other. And so yeah, they gave me the medicine, and then like they let me go after like, I don't know what it was, like 1 a.m. I think. So I'm like, just tell me I'm not having a heart attack and I'll be cool. And so then the doctor comes in to like talk to me, and he says something like, well, it looks like you might have had a previous cardiac event. And I'm like, wait, excuse me? I was just here last week and they did a EKG on me, and the EKG, no one said anything. So I don't know what's going on with that. My blood pressure has been severely, severely low since I had that fall. It's been like 80 over 40 and like super low. I take it like a bunch of times a day. So I was already being referred to a cardiologist. So I'll be going to see a cardiologist on the 8th of November. Hopefully they just say, you're fine. They didn't know what they were talking about. You're good. So that's where I've been. I've just been a mess over here at my place. So I'm going to see a cardiologist at Loma Linda University. So if you know anything about Loma Linda, they're like one of the top kind of hospitals for all things, like everything, like transplants and the kids' hospitals. I have a nephew who had a heart transplant there when he was 8 months old. Hey, Caden. And so yeah, I just figured, you know what, I might as well go there. I was going to go to the same doctor my sister goes to, but I'm like, he's old and like you wait too long in the office for him. I have a 2-hour wait sometimes. I'm like, I'm not trying to wait 2 hours to see the doctor. So hopefully I'll, go and they'll be like, oh, everything's good. So I hope. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys where I've been, what's been going on. Hopefully I'll get this edited and up. If not, then you won't see it and I'll come by another day. I don't know. So anyhow, I just wanted you guys to know in case anybody was worried about what happened. So that is it for my story time. I hope you enjoyed. And I hopefully will be back with some new videos soon. I just still have this declutter of stuff on my floor here that I need to get rid of. And I don't know where I'm going to sell some of it on Poshmark or Mercari maybe. I don't know. So anyhow, I hope that you guys are having a great day or night wherever you are, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.